All right, this is really great. A book that was written by using only a speech-to-text function by a determined young man with autism and intellectual disability. It is an incredible story, and we are honored to have the author and his sister here.
Please welcome Michael Jacques and, am I saying that right, Jacques?
Yes.
And Kaila Jacques, brother and sister, with this incredible book, 1,000 copies and counting sold. So congratulations. Talk to us about how this all got started.
Thank you very much. Well, what happened was I used a speech-to-technology program, and what happened was one time my sister came down for Christmas, and she was asking me, because I was using like a journal, I was doing journalish, just trying to write my thoughts down, and my sister's like, what are you doing? She said she was looking for Netflix, but I don't believe her.
Snooping on his iPad. So, I might have noticed that he was writing.
So she thought that I was writing, and she was asking what I want to do with it. I said I would like to try to make a book out of it, so that's how it all began.
And what is it, just your thoughts on everyday life? What are you writing about?
Yeah, it's just when I was just talking about me growing up with autism and intellectual disability. So I'm talking about just talking about my childhood, talking about
maybe talk about some of the topics that you have in it.
Okay, so I talk about childhood. I talk about graduating from Notre Dame High School in Welland with honors. I talk about work at Sobeys and Highway 20 with Ron.
Hi, Ron.
and I also talk about getting my G1, just lots of things, to be being a member of society, to be part of a community, and being a person with just having a very strong voice, just to show anything's possible. And I also talk about being inclusive, so like inclusion in schools and just everything with the big part is just inclusion in general and all that.
It sounds like you had a lot of that with school and everything.
Yes, very.
It was, and how important that was to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this quote, for example. You did a great job with the layout, sis, by the way. So it says, I was shy before because of my speech. Sometimes I would talk and say things wrong, but I realized that it was better to talk than to be silent. Isn't that some advice we can all use?
Yes.
Yes.
Michael's a huge advocate for people that might not have a voice and speaking out for others and sharing his story.
Yes, I was going to say the reason why I wrote that is because for community in Ontario, there's a event called Action for Inclusion, and it helps people to realize what real inclusion is. And it's a 3-day program, and it's just talking about inclusive and everything else, and that's how I went there. And I'm also a public speaker there too, and it's just about, and it helped me to create my voice, to go back to schools and other children like that, and just to show me what it is, and then that's how I got my voice and all that.
Do you ever? You're doing a brilliant job. Live TV is no joke for anybody. So talk to us about the feedback that you're getting from parents and from kids who are reading this book.
Everything's all strong. Strong suit. I was going to say everybody's been a really good supporter of my book. They gave me feedback that they really liked parts of my book, like community. My sisters and my family help. My sister Chris's help. And all that stuff.
And Michael sells books at the Sobeys that he works at, and that's been a huge support. People come in and say hi and buy his book, so it's been great.
What's it like? Are you guys still brother and sister
Yes.
after working on the book together? You survived that?
Might you do another?
Yes, yes, we probably will. Just go take a little while just to try to see how this one goes. And you never know, anything's possible. I didn't think I would be able to write this book, so you never know what's going to be in store.
Kaila, it sounds like you guys have a really good relationship. Is there something you learned in the book?
Yeah, I feel like the book, reading it, really brought us closer together, and I learned stuff about Michael that I wouldn't have maybe known about, especially when he talks about high school and feeling excluded, and how he speaks about that now, and he looks back on it. So yes, I think I learned more about my brother reading it, but I've always been Michael's biggest fan. I always say that, so I'm here to support with whatever I can.
You're both doing great work. Keep it up. Thank you so much for making time to be here today. Make sure
Thank you.
you guys pick it up. If you want to read the inspirational story, visit here'smybook.com to get a copy, or you can download the digital version available at the Apple iBook Store. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
you, guys.
Upstairs now to
Thank
Mel.
you.
Mel, thank you very much.